Hello and welcome to the Find Your Voice mini course, and today we're going to be looking at one of the powerhouses of our voice, the breathing. There's so much to pack into that. In fact, as on the full course we had to go to 2 complete sessions. So do check out that full course if you want to know more at geraldinelatty.com. But in the meantime, let's go straight to hear about our breathing. Okay, now we're coming into the home straight, and you've been doing so well. We've looked at 2 different songs. We've looked at the different tones. We've looked at a bit of diction and our articulators in that. And I'd like us to try. Okay, let's try this song. We'll try "Lord Save," and we might just do the opening verse for this. But I want to do this because it employs a bit of our breathing. Now, Amazing Grace that we did had some quite long phrases as well, and so we were using some breathing techniques quite naturally. But I'd like us to have a look at this and to have a little taste of some of the breathing things we can employ. Okay. So the first part of this does this. There's a cry rising up, there's a cry that won't be silenced, there's a cry from deep ages past. And that's the verse that we've got. And you'll see there, that song's already employing some of the things we've already done in this session. There's a cry we're going to come on to now in terms of breathing, but I've already done rising up. That's a little bit of the articulators coming into play. So you can see it's all connected. It's all connected. So what I want us to do is to sing this again, please. There's a cry. But this time I'd like you to take in a breath as I do a count-in. So my count-in is going to be this. 1, 2, 3. And as I'm doing that, I'd like... Carey just took in an in-breath. So there's... Obviously it works, but as we do that, I'd like you to take in a breath with me and put your hands on your waist for me. And as you take in the breath, you should feel your waist expand slightly, and also your stomach kind of begin to expand out. It's almost as if you've got a balloon in there, and as you take in the breath, suddenly that balloon expands and you imagine it pushing out your waist and pushing out your stomach. Now, if you can visualize that while I'm counting 1, 2, 3, expand that balloon inside and then sing, there's a cry. Okay, so let's do that again. I'm going to count to 3. You're going to expand that balloon inside you, imaginary balloon inside you, and then we will sing There's a Cry. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3. There's a cry rising up. There's a cry that won't be silenced. There's a cry from deep ages past. Okay, so now you're going to say, well, Geraldine, it's all very well you counting me in for that first one. I got that, but the other ones were just much too quick and I couldn't get that in time. I know, which is why we're going to employ one sneaky technique for taking a big breath really quickly. Now, I'm going to apologise up front because you may start yawning at this point, but I won't take it personally, okay? But what I'm going to suggest you do is you yawn in that breath. So if you watch what I'm doing, I'm going to sing the first phrase and then I'm going to yawn quickly to get my balloon filled, as it were, before that next phrase. Have a look. That's my lungs full. There's a cry rising up. Do you see what I did there? So you yawn it in and then you get that balloon full quickly. Let me show you once more. So I'm full, ready to go for my first phrase. There's a cry rising up. There's a cry that won't be silenced. There's a cry. That was an even quicker yawn there, but I did yawn and I've got enough breath there. So let's try from the top all together, trying to yawn in our breath. I have to add a disclaimer. If you feel dizzy, sit down, please. I don't want anybody hyperventilating on me at this point, okay? But do try that yawn to get that breath nice and secure in your lungs. Here we go. 2, 3. There's a cry rising up. There's a cry that won't be silenced. There's a cry from deep ages past. And I'm hoping and praying that it's given you a bit of an idea of where we'll be going week by week with the course. But it's also helped you to see that there is so much in your voice. I could have talked and demonstrated a whole lot more. We could have talked around the range and the flexibility. We could have talked about the story and how to tell your story. I could have talked about singing through a cold and how to deal with stage fright. I could have talked about how to get your tones working in a way that really melds together. I could have talked about your chords connecting, but how to have the difference between a humming sound and an NG hum so that you can actually pierce the room with your vocal tones. There is so much that we are going to explore with your voice, and I'm praying that you will find it really helpful and with tips and things that you can use tomorrow, the very next day. Well, there you have it, the Find Your Voice mini course, and you have completed it. So very well done. And if you'd like to join the Find Your Voice community for the full course, why not come and visit GeraldineLatty.com for more details of how to subscribe to that course. And thank you so much for celebrating with me. Take care of you, take care of your voice, and sing free.